Quick question. Are
Yes,
you
ma'am.
from TikTok?
I am.
Oh my goodness.
You got
I've
me.
seen you before.
Have you seen me before?
I like your videos,
I
man.
appreciate that, man. Thank you. Neil, what is it you like about my videos?
How you're so positive about everything, you know?
I see.
Like, you don't see a lot of aspects negatively, you know?
I
You're just very
see.
happy about life. That's what I like about you.
Optimistic.
Yeah.
Ah, I gotcha. Thank you for sharing.
How is it driving an Uber?
Love it.
Really?
I do. Yes, I'm very specific about what I enjoy out of the things that I commit to doing.
Yeah.
And so this job here, it is a really happy blend of a few things I value. From independence, autonomy. I feel I have a lot of freedoms in this job to do things that I feel are part of it, like what should be part of the job. So it's a good mix for me. I was almost going to say my name is Binion, but I guess you already know that.
Yeah.
I'm glad to meet you, Neil.
Yeah, I mean, what do you call it? Yeah, when I saw you with the fedora,
Yes.
and then when you stepped out the car, I was like, oh, wait, I recognize this guy from somebody, you know?
I find there's a few different telltale signs for most people. Usually it's the bow tie. So they're like, there's a bow tie, it must be him. Or the fedora, like you're saying. That's one of the telltale ones. It's an interesting calling card that I have that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what people really notice about you is how you stand out with your outfits.
Oh, I see.
How you dress, yeah.
The way I dress. What an interesting way of like communicating about oneself, though, eh?
Pardon me?
It's an interesting way about communicating about oneself.
That's what I said.
The way we dress,
Yeah.
it's an interesting way of conveying what we want to
Oh yeah, definitely.
project of our image, right?
It's kind of like a way of telling who you are as a person.
Kind of like that, it seems, yeah. Are you an original here in Calgary?
No, actually, I was born in the Philippines and I immigrated here, I think 2009.
Okay, so just over a decade now.
Yeah.
Okay. And did you come straight to Calgary then?
We immigrated to Vancouver first.
Okay.
And then 2013, I believe.
Yeah.
We moved to Calgary.
Okay.
Do you like Calgary?
Love Calgary. I grew up in BC too. In Kamloops.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I grew up. Lovely spot there too. But I came out here to finish my studies, and I kind of fell in love with here. After I finished my studies here, I went on to Saskatchewan for a few years, and again, like really beautiful parts of the country there that I discovered. But I find that here in Calgary, it's got the happy combination of elements I love, from the skies, which I really am mesmerized by. Well, I mean, when it's not smoky like this.
Yeah.
To the mountains on the horizon, and that for me is a fantastic combination. Only thing I think we're missing is the ocean.
Yeah, definitely.
And I was talking to one of your fellow country women earlier today, and she was saying the thing that she misses the most from back home is the beaches.
The beaches? Oh,
Yeah.
I've never really experienced going to like the beaches in the Philippines.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
But I could tell from like what my parents experienced and the scenery there.
Yeah.
I'd want to go back.
Just to experience that.
Yeah.
It sounds epic, or at least fantastic by way of beach lines. So you've been here a decade now.
Yeah.
Where are you at in life right now?
Where am I at in life?
Yeah. I'm guessing you finished high school.
Yeah, I recently finished high school. Right now I'm just working to, just build something financially.
Yeah.
And to be more responsible.
Okay. Learning to be responsible.
Learn to be responsible.
Yes.
There you go.
I would say, if I could do it again, I think I'd probably do the same thing you were doing. I took quite a few different programs of study or areas of study, and I think in the course of doing that, I discovered different things I enjoyed and other ones that I didn't enjoy. But looking back, I think I like your idea better of just taking it on a little slower and finding out what you're really inclined to commit yourself to. It took me a little longer to find that out.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things that I wish I could redo, start over on.
Tell me some of them.
at that time.
Yeah.
You know, you thought that was the best possible case for you.
Right.
So it's better not to look back at the past and think you regret something, but be thankful that it happened.
Yeah.
Because that's how we see life at the moment.
So, while I like the idea of what your friend was suggesting was have no regrets, I also wonder, like, I mean, it sounds really good, but it seems like most of us don't actually experience life at that level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it takes guts to live with no regrets, which means you have to step out of the ordinary into the extraordinary and do things that people may not understand why you're doing them too, right?
Yeah.
So it seems to me.
I mean, you know, sometimes when I meet new people in life,
Yeah.
I tell myself, like, who are they going to be, you know, like, because I always look at somebody and I treat somebody how I would treat myself.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, sometimes it doesn't work in the case that they might not be the person that's meant to stay in my life, just as a friend casually. And that's where it's kind of like, I guess, a little confusing part of me, because sometimes I try to figure out who people are as themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because I always try to compare them to myself. And
I see.
That's not really a negative aspect.
Yeah.
But it's more of like, I want to know who you truly are as a person. Because I've met a lot of people that I thought would stay in my life, but I guess they didn't, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear you there. One of those elements that you were describing there that is, I think, daunting even for the best of us, is how to be able to have that back and forth that is genuine at the core. In which case, you're saying to someone, I'm going to give you the real me, hoping that you'll receive it in a gracious way, just as you would also grant me that access to you. And it's always that point of connection there that seems really scary, because it's a very vulnerable thing to give something up when you have no guarantee of how it's going to be received. And throw into the mix in all of that we're not consistent beings.
Yeah.
You know, we can have a bad day, and that could reflect in the way that we treat one another too. Yeah.
Like, for giving somebody and showing somebody who you really are as a person, I think that aspect in itself comes with a lot of trust. Trust is a main aspect.
Yeah. I could see that. I could see that too. Neil.
Yeah.
I would love to share this conversation with my followers. It's just it's one of those, I'm not sure this talked very often, but I also do want to honor your privacy as well too, because that is non-negotiable.
It's alright, yeah, it's alright.
Are you okay with that too?
Yeah.
It's these kind of conversations I find that, I don't know, they're really juicy for what they mean, but it also conveys, I think, maybe hope for others in their own processing, you know?
Yeah.
We have a couple minutes left here. Do you want to just fill this out for me? This is it's just a top sheet there, and I'm not sure if I have a pen in there. Do I have a pen? No. Let me give you one of my pens here. There you are. Just a way of saying, hey, we're on the same page, by way of making this an okay dynamic for you as well. Are you still on TikTok?
Oh yeah, I'm on it daily. I don't post a lot, but
Yeah.
I really just watch videos.
Okay. When you get a chance, I'd love to have you send me a message saying, hey, it's me, Neil from the Uber. It'd be nice to connect that way at least. I find it so unexpected when I meet some of my followers. It's like, I didn't see that coming, but here we are. And it's really encouraging.
Do you have a lot of people that recognize you?
It's growing. The amount of times I'm being recognized right now, especially here in Calgary, it's kind of astounding for me, actually. It surprises me. So usually downtown, core, or like this, when someone gets in my vehicle and they're like, I recognize you from... You know, it's fun when they recognize me, but they just can't tell where from. It's kind of a fun thing to watch the brave part. It's like, oh, it's so close, but... What's on your itinerary this afternoon? Mm-hmm.
Let me see. sure, to be honest with you.
Okay. It's a pleasure to have like free time, you know, when you are when you don't have to be anywhere, when you're at your leisure. That's a beautiful thing.
Thank you very much. Do I also have to fill out the parent signature?
Not at all, no.
So is this gonna be posted on TikTok?
Absolutely. We can, my YouTube channel is like where I do the long form content or of the full rides. But if you'd like, we can do a quick TikTok if you're game. Feel free to say no as well too.
I mean, I'll just go with like the quick TikToks.
You like the quick TikToks?